Hi, I'm Beth.
And I'm Leah.
And welcome to the You Good Girl podcast.
Episode 6.
Ghost Stories.
Spooky. Ooh. I don't know why I'm scared. That's never happened to me.
That's never happened to you.
No, I'm joking.
I don't think she is joking.
No, I know I'm joking. It's happened.
Has it?
It has happened.
Okay.
I feel like, let's get into it.
Let's just straight away. Usually we're like, so the weather today is...
Okay, no, to be fair, we do have a lot to... We're in a new place.
Yes, this is a new location.
This is a new secret location that I don't live in.
No.
And I like it.
Yeah, no, I know. I think last time we had the artwork and stuff, which it's very OG You Good Girl with the artwork. But I think this is giving adult.
Yeah, we've got some brick behind us. If there's an exposed brick wall, I think everything is just fine.
It's bougier.
It's bougie.
Mm-hmm.
It's quieter.
It is quieter.
Silence. Too silent.
We're no longer on Shoreditch High Street with the sirens going every minute.
We're in the back streets.
Yeah.
We're in the Shoreditch back streets. New location. I feel like this is the first one we're doing this year.
No, we did one before you moved.
Okay, so this is the second. I feel like basically we filmed like 5 episodes all last year, and each one we just look so different.
I know. No, honestly, I think you can judge how long it's been since the first episode by how long my hair keeps growing.
Yeah, I love my hair.
Yeah, my natural long hair.
My natural curly hair. No, I have different hair in every episode. I feel like we're just thriving.
We are.
We're getting better and better and better.
Yeah.
Like fine wine. So welcome. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the podcast, and this particular theme, we had a You Good Girl about it.
Yes, we did a women's circle discussion about it. So we feel like now we have the knowledge and the stories that we can bring forward and expose.
We did a Halloween women's circle, and it was ghost stories.
Yeah.
All about if you've been ghosted, if you have ghosted.
Yeah.
And just general dating horror stories.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you now, those tickets sold quick.
I know. People really wanted to talk about that.
They were not playing.
They had a lot to say.
They really did.
Yeah. I thought like some of mine were crazy, and then like someone else would come up with something, and I'm like, yeesh.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think when we first decided to do this topic for even just like the women's circle, it was because we had a discussion once where we realized that I was pro ghosting and you were anti ghosting.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, maybe I'm not the only one that's pro ghosting.
I couldn't believe you said that, because I have just never heard someone so proudly be like, I will ghost you.
I believe in ghosting.
And make you cry and make you wait. Whereas, do you know what now? I think I'll say after the You Good Girl, like women's circle, I feel like I'm now in the middle because I understand.
Yeah.
And I have now done it.
Yeah. So your stance took a real quick turn.
I know. I feel like you have your morals like so firm, and then you're like, no, I did that.
Well, I think it's very situational, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think with ghosting, it's very different if you're ghosting someone that you've been on one date with, or someone that you've not even been on a date with. You were just talking, and it's kind of like you've fizzled out. And then there's like the other end of the spectrum, which is like the people that get ghosted from like a 9-month relationship, which I think that's too far. I obviously would not do that.
No. But okay, let's rewind.
Insane.
Let's rewind before you reveal yourself as the ice queen. Ghosting, definition.
Yes. So I've actually learned recently that there is like other forms of ghosting. So there's soft ghosting, there's breadcrumbing.
This is too much.
But
this sounds like kink. This is like kink talk. What?
I'll get to them all. But ghosting is when you basically just cut all contact with someone, ghost them. You become a ghost of their past.
Casper.
I was like, who's Jasper?
I don't know. My
Why did he do that to you?
I would never let a man called Jasper ghost me. Thank you very much.
But yeah, so then That's like very cold, hard. And then there's soft ghosting, which is also known as breadcrumbing, which is basically where they give you little bits of contact here and there, but they never fully cut it off or lose contact with you. They'll just like every now and then it's like a, hey, what's up? You know?
But do you think that's like, I will give you these breadcrumbs, but I'll never see you again?
Yeah.
So like, oh, let's definitely hang out next week.
Yeah, they're just basically toying you along because they want to just make sure you're there, but actually like there's no intention to ever like be with you or date you.
I'm glad this is 2024 and we have things like breadcrumbing, because there are different types. Okay, you need to know where you are in the ghosting process.
Next time you're just going to text them like, are you breadcrumbing right now?
I'd be like, I'm breadcrumbing you. You're being breadcrumbed. And they'd be like, oh, I'm blocking you.
You just send emojis of bread and they're like, I don't understand.
Oh my God. Okay, so why do you have such a pro stance on ghosting?
Well, I think if I was to really dig deep down, it would probably be because I hate confrontation.
Yes.
And so I would rather just cut all contact and never speak to the person again rather than admit to them, I think you are boring, or like you were really weird. Like things like that. And also I think I'm pro ghosting with someone doing it to me because I think I'm too sensitive for them to ever tell me what they didn't like about me.
Okay. So you're a win-win. You know what? Because you're not a hypocrite then. You're like, I will do it to you.
I think it's healthy.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't think we should be after one date saying like, giving an essay of like,
oh my
these
God,
are all the things you could improve on, you know?
No, I would be like, are you being rude to me right now? I'd be like, are you joking
exactly.
me? No.
So would you rather someone just cut all contact, or would you rather they message you and they were like, so just to let you know, I just didn't think it went well?
Well, we've been shacked up for a while. So this hasn't happened for a while. But I do think in my situation, I feel like if I was single, I don't know. I think it depends on the situation. If you had sex with that person, I genuinely think you should give them a light explanation, just like a peppering. Because in this day and age, that's a very, the people I would be sleeping with, I would hope it would be very meaningful. And I would want to be like, I just feel like right now I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
But if I got on a date with somebody and then they were chasing me up, I don't know. I actually just feel like...
Imagine you had like a bad, like it was like the sex was bad, or like they were just really weird. And then they're like texting you like, hey, do you want to hang again? What are you going to say?
Okay,
What's your reply going to be?
Okay, well, I'm very good at this. If you need to hire me for how to get out of things, because I'm very good at this.
Yeah, you are.
I would just be like, I think there are ways of being like, you a freak, and not in a good way. You a freak. We're never going to speak again, but I hope you're good. I would. You know what you do? You sandwich it.
Oh, okay.
But something good with something bad, and then you end on something good.
I was actually told in my previous job you should never give someone a criticism sandwich.
Well, your previous job. Do you work for that company? Okay, always give someone a sandwich, especially if they're a freak. You want them to come back at you and kill you. No, wow. You don't know. This is what I mean by, I think also I'm the type of person, if I can see that I've ignored someone, I can't, like, I would have to delete the whole message and not put it into my like requests. Like, I couldn't scroll on my DMs or my text messages and see that I haven't opened a message, because it would I'd think about it every day if I saw it.
You're very, you overthink things. Whereas I try to...
underthink them.
I try to, get it out of my mind. Cut that right out. In a compartment that I will not look at.
You're like, feelings.
Yeah. Throw that away over there.
I understand.
Person over there.
But has someone actually ever said to you, oh, this is the reasons why I don't want to see you anymore?
I do think back when I was like dating a lot, like on dating apps, I think it was very hit and miss. Like a lot of the time, the people I was dating would either just like not say anything, but then maybe do a bit of the breadcrumb thing. Like every now and then, maybe they want like a booty call, which I was not giving into. You can't breadcrumb me.
Are you forgetting that I have known you for so many years.
I'm an independent woman, okay?
And I lived with you, and I heard the door knocking, swinging, the locks locking.
I was in my bed all night.
Oh. Yeah, I think you were. And there was definitely you weren't alone. My God, you're telling the story as if I literally wasn't there. This is why you should never have best friends. They know too much.
I need new friends.
They know too much.
So funny.
Okay, but what I mean is, like, have you ever had a moment where someone's literally been like, this thing is why I'm not going to see you anymore?
No, I don't think so. Because
Thank God.
Yeah, I don't think any, like, because usually the people I would date would be men. And then I don't think they're brave enough to, like, say that to your face.
No, I feel like that is a very bold thing. And I do think that, like, you know, I love open communication. And I do think that, like, especially with the way that we speak to people nowadays, you can definitely be way more upfront and honest. And even saying that, I do think there would be a part of me that died if someone was like, I just don't think our sexual chemistry matched, or like, I don't think that, like, our personalities matched. I would be like,
I have actually had friends that's happened to, where, oh my God,
with these people.
I had a friend where the person they were dating was just like, yeah, there's no sexual chemistry between us. And I think that's too far. Ghost me.
I think that's just mean. I also think as well, like, I bet you that's just some basic person that's like, unless you're giving, I don't know, you shouldn't even give examples. The examples will make it worse and more hurtful. This is what I mean. I want honesty, but I don't want any honesty. That's horrible.
I know, exactly. So
what did she do? Was it a girl?
Yeah. But then I think the worst part is I think they then carried on dating and then definitely not together now.
Pray
but,
for her.
You know.
But they're probably married somewhere watching this podcast like, still having this weird vanilla sex. Well, I'm sorry. You know what?
No, it's not good.
It's not good.
I think
you have ghosted.
Yeah, I've definitely ghosted. Mm-hmm. But I have I don't think I've ever told anyone why. I like to make them wonder.
Oh, but have they ever asked?
No.
I ghost them more. I wouldn't reply to that.
I wouldn't reply to that.
No.
But I think also it'd be very different if you were like dating a woman. And I think we've had this experience of like friends of ours that have dated women and they've been on one date and then they get this really like lovely message being like, I'm so sorry, but I can't date you right now. And it's like way more like caring. Yes.
No, it literally, TMI, not even TMI, information. When like now that like say if like me and Kesha are having a little like nice moment with somebody else, you know, the way that it's always a woman. Women communicate in such a different way. Yeah. Where like even if, you know, we're not going to see them or whatever, there is a way that women communicate where they'll be very honest and it's very much like, right now I'm not in the headspace. Right now I'm not seeing anybody. Right now I'm kind of like not being physical. And it's a way different conversation.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like there would be a mutual guilt if like you just had a situation with somebody or you had a kiss or you had a dance or whatever and then they just ghosted you. I feel like women are like, we won't do that to each other.
Yeah. And also I think women are a bit more like, there's less, because you know when sometimes if you reject a man and then they react really badly, so then you're like too scared to ever like say anything like that again. Whereas I think with a woman, you know that you could say, I just am not feeling this. And they'd be like, oh my God, I completely understand.
Yes. And I feel like this is from my male friends. This is not like us assuming. This is factual. I feel like, I don't know, situations where I've seen a friend of mine being ghosted by a woman, it's very, these are the reasons. Sorry, not even ghosted, but like, this is not going to continue. These are the reasons, and they're mostly quite clear. Whereas when my male friends are being like, told the same thing by a woman, it's like they ignore everything the woman said and then they find another agenda and they're like, well, maybe they're seeing someone else. They're obviously probably just sleeping with someone else or they're dating someone else. And it's like, she's just told you the reason.
Yeah.
Her grandmother just died. She's moving away. You know, like,
she's not over her ex.
She's not over her ex. She's just in a very anxious place right now. And literally, you've just made up your own agenda.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
But I do think I am just a big believer in communication. And so is Beth. Just like limited communication. Like, I'll tell you the basics. Like, if I have to leave the country, but I'm not going to tell you why we're not aligning. Whereas I'll probably overtell you.
Yeah, you overshare.
And then I'll get ghosted anyway.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I was single, I would be single.
You would just be single.
If I was single, people would be like, this is too much work. And I'd be like, yes.
Yeah.
I'm forewarning. But I also think that like...
No, I think we are definitely in like an era now of like communication. And like, I definitely do communicate with the people I am like friends with.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think maybe I am just cold, but I think there is something about like, I don't feel like, a stranger my communication. I don't know. Maybe I am just like quite cutthroat, but like if I was on one date with someone and I didn't want to see them again, to me, I'm just like, it was one date. Yeah. It's not that deep.
Yeah.
And like, I don't really owe you anything.
No.
Because we both went that for fun.
I think as well, the single people, the single girlies, if you're dating a lot as well, it's so true. Because when we had the women's circle, that's what everyone was saying. They were like, look, I was having a great time or like not having a great time. When I was with you, I put in the effort. But like after that, I literally don't owe you anything.
Yeah.
And I think if you're going on like a lot of dates, and especially if the dates aren't good, then... Also, I do think there is a difference between... I don't know if this is like ethically correct. There's a difference between ghosting someone on a dating app and ghosting someone that's texting you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, ghosting on a dating app is very common. That's just like, you know, the other person is talking to about 500 other people. So
people are savages.
Yeah, it's fine. That's okay to do. But like, yeah, I think texting, it just depends how deep it's got, you know.
It also depends what app you're using, because I think that so
you think Instagram's not that deep?
No, Instagram is so deep because you can see when they've seen it.
Yeah,
I think Instagram is the worst because like,
I thought you were gonna say like, oh, it's like texting is when you know that you're like dating.
No, I think it's when you know you've been ignored. Like, I don't care if I've been ignored. I just don't need to know you ignored me.
Yeah.
Like Instagram, the little scene.
No,
is there
savage.
Anything worse?
I know. What platform do you talk to your partner on?
Oh my God, we are like old perverts and we talk on Facebook Messenger.
No, because I find it so funny, the different people talking different things. Because me and my boyfriend use Instagram messages. We only talk on Instagram.
And you've only ever done that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Since like day one, like I had to like ask for his number probably like a year in because we just talk on Instagram.
I asked for his number a year ago and he was like, I don't think you need it.
Yeah. And then I know that my sisters always think it's so weird when his name like comes up on my Instagram, like sends a message and they're like, you talk to him on Instagram. Like, are you not in a relationship?
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Do you know what? I think that I don't like change. And Facebook Messenger, I literally only speak to him and like one like racist auntie that messages me every other year for my birthday. And I'm like, let me live.
I don't know why you still have
it's
Facebook
a comfort
Messenger.
thing. Because our first messages are on there and I feel I want to keep them.
That is problematic.
No, I know.
You should print them off.
Print them off and put them in a little book.
I don't even have Facebook Messenger, so I hope you haven't messaged me.
You wouldn't reply anyway.
I deleted the app. And then my nan every now and then messages me on Instagram.
But okay, but then imagine, we're talking about our boyfriends. Imagine single people or people that aren't single. Like, I use dating apps. Me and Kesha use Field.
Yeah. I feel like most people go to WhatsApp, don't they? When you're texting someone. That's what I used to do.
Really?
Yeah. Why? Then you can see their picture and you know, and it says when they were last online and stuff like that.
See, I think all of that stuff is too much information. Like that is not elusive. I don't need to know when you're online. I don't need to know that you've read my message.
Yeah, I mean, I think I just have trauma because one of my exes used to turn off his like last active on WhatsApp whenever he was like going out to cheat. No. And the next morning I'd be like, I saw at 6 a.m. that you did not have your like information on there. And he'd be like, you're crazy.
Who was this? Tell me. Who was it? I hate this man.
You definitely heard that. I like whisper into the mic.
I know. Okay. Yeah. No, this is what I mean. This is why there's the argument of like, well, is there any point in ghosting when you literally have 1,000 platforms just to say to this person, I don't like you.
Yeah.
I don't like you. Leave me be. Don't call me. Don't look at me. Don't come for me.
If I got that message, I would cry. I would pretend they ghosted me. I would delete the message. No. Like, they never contacted me again.
Oh my God. Okay, so then, do you think you can ghost friends?
No, I think that's quite hard. I feel like if you actively want to cut like a friend off, you probably are going to have to talk about it.
Oh God. But you can prolong that. You can.
Yeah. I mean, you can just like slowly like phase them out probably. Like, you know how like a job sometimes phases you out when they're trying to get rid of you? Like when we used to work at pubs and they would just slowly give us one shift per week because they wanted us gone.
And then they'd be like, do you want to just share the shift? And we're like, are we going to get paid half the money?
Yeah. Just an hour.
I think that generally ignoring situations in life it's not for me. It's not for me. And I do think as well, like, obviously not having to worry about it being in a relationship, but also when you're kind of like floating around like queer circles or you're like speaking to women or you are lucky enough like we are to have friends and like boyfriends and people in our lives that like the communication is really, really good. I don't think it's ever going to be that bad. But honestly, I think that if I was single and I like went to be at one or wherever the single girlies go and I met a boy that had skinny jeans and like a comb over and was, I don't know, loves
football,
Ladbrokes. And like that boy goes to me, I think that like that would just be like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. Because if a cute person that's like a great person is like, you know.
Yeah.
It's when they're just a savagery and you're like, you're ghosting me.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. I think ghosting is always going to be hard, but I don't know. I think if it was a cute person that you really liked, that would be even worse.
Yeah. No, honestly, like how do people do it? We always say this and I think it's smug. I think it's smug when people are in relationships like us and we say things like, oh, if we were single, but it's the truth. It's scary.
It is scary.
You live vicariously through your friends that are like dating. Like we have a friend who is a serial dater. He is on it. He just, I don't know how he has any money left over. He like goes on dates like every week. And I'm like,
all the time. Like that's a lot of commitment.
The energy.
I know.
The effort.
I used to know when I worked in a coffee shop, I had this one customer that I lived through him because he had the dating app called Thursday.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
he like dedicated his Thursdays to going on a different date every week, which I think is very cute. And every Friday morning he would come and he'd get his coffee and he'd be like, was a really bad one last night. Or he'd be like, oh, it was great. She's just left mine. I just thought it was really cute that he would kind of dedicate one night of his week. And I knew that he actually really wanted to find love, which I thought,
how do you know? How do you know? Stop this mess now.
I'm romantic. I'd be there making his cappuccino like, you love her.
He's actually on like 8 different apps, like absolutely got the clap. And you're like, oh my God, it's so nice. There's another girl.
I don't know why. I think every other like person that I know that's like goes on dates every week, I'm like, oh yeah. But then this person that was like, every Thursday, I was like, I don't know why I think it's cute.
No, I do. I know exactly what you mean because I think as like somebody that's been in a long relationship and then has like, you know, had fun times with that person, with other people, I had to like get my expectations down because when I met Keshav and now it's like sunshine, roses, it's a movie because you're in love.
Yeah.
Especially Londoners, they're dating. It's like, no, like they're doing it a lot.
I know.
And it's giving like, I've got my routine.
Yeah. It is a routine.
The amount of times that we like say to a friend, how was last night? And they may or may not have had sex, which is not a crucial part, but I think that's like the tea. And we're like, oh, how was it? And they're like, yeah, it was fine.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, was it bad? And they're like, no, it was fine. And I'm like, well, are you going to see them again? And they're like, yeah, maybe. And I'm like,
no.
I don't understand.
No, it's not for me. I think if I was to be single again, I would eat my words, but I feel like I honestly would be like one of those people that like waits till marriage to have sex.
Oh Oh my God.
No, I would. I would wait at least a few dates. I think I would.
So you'd be married in a few days. You know, you just went from I'm going to wait to be married to I would wait at least 2 whole working days.
Yeah.
Before I had sex with you.
I just feel like I could not. I would have to suss out the vibe and I just cannot.
I think you're the opposite. I think you would have sex on the first date because you were so stressed.
That's true.
And then you'd be like, we're never doing that again.
Yeah. And then the next person I would wait till marriage. Because that would traumatize me.
I don't know. I can't imagine you going on a date with someone else. I honestly think
can't either. This is
you'd
what
be
I mean.
a puffer fish and you would hyperventilate.
Yeah.
I think it'd have to be a girl.
I know.
I genuinely think that. Or like a very cute queer boy.
Yeah, because I think going on a date with a complete stranger, that's
I know.
A lot.
And I also think as well, like, obviously people can surprise you and that's really great and really lovely. But meeting somebody for the first time ever and just hoping that all of your core values align, your sexual chemistry aligns, your freaky kinkiness aligns, that is very rare.
Yeah, that is really hard.
Like, you don't have any of the same friends. You don't know if you do any of the same things.
Yeah.
It just feels slightly pointless.
I know. I really I don't understand how people meet people these days. Like, I hear some of my friends complained about it and I'm like, I get it. Like, there's only so much that Hinge can do, you know?
I don't know about those things. I'm a in-person. Take me to a gig. Let's go like let's be in a place where I feel very cute and very safe and very sexy.
Yeah.
Like a social event. Not a house party, but like a bar.
Yeah.
But like with friends. I'm like, you know what? If you tell me that this restaurant is the best restaurant, I'm going to go to a restaurant. It's the same with people.
Yeah.
If you were like, this person is really cute, you're going to love them. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
That's the future, isn't it?
Like, that's the future.
Setting your friends up on dates. That's how it's going to be from now on.
I did that with Beth. I did that with you.
Exactly. It works.
It works.
Okay, we've strayed very far from the topic of ghosting, but now we are going to look at the poll that we put out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we released a poll on our Instagram and okay, so the first question I asked was, have you ever been ghosted?
Yeah.
To which 88% of people said yes.
88.
I'm shocked that there's 12% of people that said no. I feel like ghosting is very common.
I don't know. You're clearly hanging around with better people than these 88 people. 88%
or these people,
the
12% of people, maybe they are the kind of people that have been like in a relationship since they were 15, you know? They've not had to date.
Or maybe they're just wonderful and literally every single... No, I don't believe it. I don't believe.
No, I don't believe it.
They obviously don't leave their house.
Or they're in denial.
Okay. So we're now just calling them liars.
Liars.
We're like this.
Change your answer.
Okay. Ooh.
And then I think it's always funny with the have you ever ghosted someone question, because as soon as you flip it and then you ask if they've ghosted someone else, suddenly the percentages change real quick and like only 56% of people have admitted to ghosting someone.
Why are you saying admitted?
But the others are liars.
No. I don't, you know what? Fair enough. I think that, I think that those are accurate.
Okay.
You think that?
I do think there are some people out there that probably haven't ghosted someone.
I just think there are lots of people out there that are like me, honest, thoughtful.
You admitted to ghosting someone.
I ghosted one person and I regretted it, but then it became so awkward that I'm the type of person that like I'll ghost you and then I'll like invite you to an event.
No, it's so true.
And it's just, I'm trash. But
then do you know what that is? You're a breadcrumber. You're a soft ghoster. You ghost them and then you go, oh, come to my event.
Like,
and they think you're booty calling them.
Everyone thinks I'm booty calling them. I'm not. I'm just calling you up. I'm trying to get some money.
That's because you only text people at midnight. If Leah wants something done, she'll text me at 1 a.m. and then she's surprised when I reply the next day.
And I'm up being like, we need to cut this down. I'm stressed. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad. I don't know. I think that I do all the ghosting, so Kesha doesn't have to. I put myself forward. No, also I do think as well, the truth is, and I'm sure this goes for a lot of people, as we get older, our like social circles get so much smaller, the places we go out and party. So you're gonna bump into someone you have ghosted and you need to be prepared.
Yeah.
Because I speak to my housemate about this and he'll be like, oh yeah, no, I've like bumped into girls before and I've been like, and they're both having this moment where it's like, I know you didn't reply to me, or vice versa. And I just feel like I can deal with that, but you would die.
Yeah.
If you actually ghosted somebody and like, it wasn't just like, that was fun, do you want to do it again? If it was like a whole thing and you saw them.
No, it would be weird.
Would you A, run away, B, confront them, or C, reply to them the next day to pretend like you had, like, it just was a big gap?
I'm the one that hasn't replied to them.
Yeah, you ghosted them.
Run away.
You would run.
Yes.
What if it was a very fun event and it was
I would just stand on the other side of the room.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You would draw so much attention to yourself. Oh my God. Yeah. I can't. No, I can't. I would march up to them.
I know you would.
I know.
But that's terrifying.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God.
Extrovert, introvert.
Yes, it just works. But no, I think that you've got to do you. And also, if the person wasn't polite or it wasn't a great day, then what do you owe them? You don't owe them anything.
Yeah. Well, this was actually one thing that one of the girls replied was they voted because one of the next questions, which I'll read out quickly, was is ghosting ever okay? And 53% of people said no, they should always communicate. 36% said maybe if it's just casual, and then 11% of people said that it's okay if you've only been on a few dates. But then we had one of the girls reply and they were like, I think you also have to understand that sometimes you have to ghost someone because maybe you went on a date and they showed like a load of red flags. Or maybe they made you feel really uncomfortable and then you were like, hey, I don't feel comfortable talking to this person again.
Yeah, that's so true.
And you don't owe them anything. So I thought that was a good point. Like, I think there are situations where it is okay to ghost someone if you went on a date and they were just like showing so many red flags and you were like, okay.
Like started showing you photos of like Prince Charles. Like, oh, love him.
Exactly.
Also, I'm not going to lie. I do think that is an absolute red flag. Like if someone's been atrocious on a first date and they're so unaware that then they chase you up about it.
Yeah.
I'm like
they're delusional.
that is delulu.
Yeah.
You're living in bliss.
Yeah.
Like I love, and I hate the stories, but I love those stories of like, oh my God, what did our friend say the other day? Okay, she's going to kill us. Maybe we'll edit this out. Maybe we won't. She said she went on a date with a boy and I think he was a bit of a Chelsea boy.
Oh, yeah.
And he was, I think he already had sex. I don't know. I can't remember. But he said supper.
Yeah.
He said, I'm going to have supper tonight. And she was like, eh? And that was the moment she was like, get me out of it. I'm Celebrity, get me out of here. And then I feel like after that, he was so nice. And and honestly, she said that was the thing that drove her. But I'm like, maybe, that's not too bad for some people. But I think if you've had a weird date and then someone's being persistent, it's even worse.
Yeah. There are times when it's okay. But 53% of people apparently not.
You don't believe anyone.
They think you should always communicate. But maybe I'll look in on myself. Maybe I am wrong in that you should communicate.
I don't know. I think we'll just take it occasion at a time. Because if someone does, whip out a freaky dinner table comment, it's okay to ghost them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I feel like there is definitely men that could, like, make some kind of, like, homophobic or, like, racist comment or, like, joke or something at a table. And then you would definitely be like, I wouldn't even ghost. I would, like, jump out the bathroom window.
I would throw them out the bathroom window. I would be like, let's go and watch a lot of documentaries and then I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think the thing that gets me, and we spoke about this a lot at the women's circle, are them ones when you've been dating for months and then they ghost.
Yeah, that's wild.
Oh my God. Like that is a horror story.
No, it is. Like, and then you find out, because this was what one of the people said at the circle is, you know, you get ghosted after like an 8-month relationship, and then you find out that they actually like have a girlfriend.
No. People live like this. People unwell. They're not well.
No.
The lying you have to commit to, the multiple Instagram accounts.
Lying is actually psychopathic.
No,
like, because I can't do it.
Is.
I would just be like giggling.
You're like, they're like, who's calling? You're like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody.
No, I'd be just like way too upset. I'm like, oh, nothing. I'd like throw my phone out a window, like crying.
But do you know what was actually really, really sad and really worrying was that like a lot of the girls at the women's circle were like, oh yeah, I've dated someone for like 6 months, 4 months, a year.
Yeah.
And then they've just stopped replying because of whatever stupid reason. And that's when I do think it's so strange.
Yeah, no, that's just like, that is disrespectful at that point.
What was the story about the girl that went viral? Do you remember?
Yeah,
what was that?
I think that was the one that I just mentioned where they were dating for like 8 months and then he ghosted her and then she found out via a viral Twitter post from his new girlfriend.
No, nothing good comes from Twitter.
Yeah.
Nothing. What a way to find out.
I know.
No.
That's wild.
Oh my God. I feel like story time. Story time. I feel like the boy that didn't get on the plane, that's literally the ultimate ghosting.
I know. But I want to see, that was like, it was so weird because it wasn't even like ghosting. He just didn't reply for like 2 days and then sent a message saying, we're over.
But he was supposed to be in the country. He didn't live in the country and he was supposed to be on a flight. And Beth was like...
No, that was really weird. He basically, he was planning on coming to London. So I was like dressed, ready to meet him. And I was so delusional because I messaged him at like 8 a.m. when he should have been like on his way to the airport. And I'm like, hey, you on your way to the airport? No reply. And in my head I go, he's rushing. So he just isn't going to reply. And then I'm like, hey, did you board your flight? No reply. And I'm like, doesn't have any signal. Oh, makes sense.
He's in the sky. Little angel flying up there.
Me messaging, safe flight.
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, did you land? Nothing. But like, and then at that point I'm like, he's dead. So then I
messaged his mum.
I messaged his mum who hated me and ignored me. And then I messaged his friend and was like, you have to go check his house.
No one told you where he was.
No,
they all knew.
They all knew that he just was not coming and didn't want to be with me. And I was there like, someone has to go find him. He's dead. Because I just thought, you must be dead if you're ghosting me.
Yeah. That will be the tagline of this episode.
You must died.
Be dead. There can't be any other reason. No. I hope you're dead. You better be.
Oh, yeah. And then I got a reply about 2 days later. After he definitely was not in London.
But I remember him being really annoyed that you'd made all this fuss. Yeah. As if he just hadn't got on this plane.
Yeah, I know. And then he was like, I remember as well, I posted a like picture on my story. It was just really stupid. I posted like a nude basically on my story being like, leak your own nudes because I had just gone for a breakup. And he messaged me and was like, my whole family think I'm leaking your nudes. Stop posting this stuff. And I was like, it was a joke.
You should have got on the plane.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That whole saga was a lot.
We need to do a story time of that whole saga because it's
too much.
So funny. But maybe, okay, so maybe he didn't ghost you, but he did not reply.
For many days.
This is me being in the middle. He didn't ghost you. He did not reply.
No, his phone was dead. It must have been.
Yeah. Honestly, my
so
God.
Funny.
But yeah, I think that's the ghosting is the love language of the people today.
Yes.
It really is. People feel no shame.
No. And why should they?
No, why should you? Honestly, I think that if you're in a situation where you care about somebody or you have had a connection with them, just bite the bullet, find some good words and just like, there's nothing wrong with being honest.
Yeah.
And if someone responds badly to you being honest, that reflects more on them.
Do you know what we should do, actually? We should post an Instagram post of like a few different options of things to send to someone if you want to ghost them, but you like don't want to ghost them, you know?
Okay, mine would be 3 pages long.
We can write some templates of just like a sentence to say to someone that you want to ghost, but like that you don't want to be mean.
This would be good for you. I think this is literally just for you.
Me.
Yeah. You can text all these boys back from 5 years ago.
Dear Daniel.
I forgive you. But no, I think that you should just be able to read a situation. Also, if you're an anxious person, the ghosting will catch up with you. It will.
It will. It will sit on your conscience.
And listen, I'm not talking about like Field or Grindr or Tinder or whatever, but I think that if these are like people that like follow you on Instagram, they're liking your posts.
Oh, that's the weirdest part. I have definitely ghosted someone and still like to this day they watch my stories and I'm like
it's like that's a you thing. That's a you thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I think very situational.
Yes.
And yeah, I guess it's just like whatever the right thing for you is. If you don't feel like you need to kind of explain yourself to this person, then just ghost them. It can be quite liberating, you know?
Yeah, no, it can. And you know what? Especially as women, I just feel like
we're always apologizing.
No, that is so true.
Yeah.
And the truth is, you are going out and putting yourself out there, meeting a person you have never met.
Yeah.
Like, that can be very scary and dangerous. And then imagine you get some freaky, weird guy.
Yeah.
That's then persistent with you. No. We're not talking about these people. These people, no. You get home safe and you block this person. But the day-to-day cuties that you might actually want to be friends with, this is also another thing.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people shut down potential friendships by ghosting.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
You know?
Yeah.
But I'm the opposite. I want to be friends with everyone.
I don't want them to be my friends, but I might pass them your number. Say,
you're like, Leah will be friends with you.
I'm done now, but my friend can talk to you.
Oh my gosh. And this is the thing. You know what? We never said that this podcast would offer sage, fluid wisdom. This is just both our opinions.
Yeah.
And they differ, but at the core, I think that they align.
And are both delusional.
Totally delusional.
Yeah.
Totally delusional. That being said, if anyone ever thinks about ghosting me, don't. I'll call you out on this podcast. I'll do it right here, right now. I'll do it.
And if you want to ghost me, thank you. I'm too sensitive to know why you don't like me. It's for the best.
Why don't you like me? Oh my gosh. I think that is ghosting.
Yeah.
Ghosting 101.
Hi, you've been listening to the You Good Girl podcast.
You can catch us on all streaming platforms. And if you like us, share, comment, stream.
Subscribe.
Do all the things. This has been episode 6
on
ghosting. Scary.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.